So, as soon as they get that topped off, we'll be making some tea. Raise your hand if you're going for black tea. Now, if you're going for the oolong, green tea, oh, and water, popular choice. Just kidding. Of course, we'll be making some steam and then getting underway. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
And keep them away from the train's opening. Thank you. Our next stop will be Mickey and Toontown for Toontown and Fantasyland.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga.
Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. There's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. Revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months that fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed... signals are Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes Minnie for me. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Toontown Depot, Mickey's Toontown.
Now arriving at Mickey's Toontown Depot, please remain seated till the train comes to a full stop. This is your destination for Toontown and Fantasyland. Please supervise your children and keep them away from the train. So next stop is going to be Tomorrowland Station. Tomorrowland, your gateway to the future.
No, but I had to fill up the thing with water.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people and, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to speeders, submarines, and astroblasters. And, if you look overhead, daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, to mark from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Adventures that are out of this world. Please remain seated till we're fully stopped. Thank you. Seated at all times, keeping hands, arms, feet, and legs inside of the train. Supervise your children and keep them away from the train's opening.
Own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías. Returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland.
If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Full stop at the station. Thank you.
Hi, parents, easy supervising your children and keeping away from all train openings. Our next stop will be the New Orleans Square Station.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs in
Manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter. Stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment.
As we enter the station here, please everybody remain seated at all times until the train has come to a full stop. Once again, please remain seated at all times until the train...
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please watch your where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day. Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of diggers, rare rabbit and rare bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There, the revered Indian shaman sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People in the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than months it used to take by many stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride. These tunnels signal our transition from the frontier to another kind of fear. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip.
Getting ready to part once again. Please be seated. Turn people to the right of your
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca
Get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward, both practical and imagined marines and astroblasters. Look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating 59. Below the monorail and us are the fun-filled roadways of the Autobahn. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astro blasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in...
As we enter the station here, please remain seated at all times until the train has come to a close.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fence. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos.
That was the Grand Canyon. We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Make sure to keep them away from large openings.
We're gonna get off, and then go on a ride, and then we'll get back on with it. Right now we're gonna see Zippity Doo Dah. Bye, babies. Bye, man. That way that you want to go on? Yeah. Because somebody may not want to go on it, so yeah, you can take it.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Where, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children. Bienvenidos a bordo de Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. To pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful from here, but there's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead of the Rolling Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain complete stop.
Now approaching the New Orleans Square Station. Using Main Street until the train comes so full, please stop inside the station. And you've seen at least one or two ring conductors out on the platform, and they can just step off the train. For attractions such as Haunted Mansion Holiday, Fire on the Mountain, World Famous Joan Cruise, the Engineer's Adventure, and many more. It's also your closest stop.
Engineer puts all the water in the engine, we can go. Otherwise, it's like gas, right? Some part is gas part is electricity, and this part is hot water. They don't have it? Oh no. Yeah, like batteries, right? Yeah. Do you understand?
should supervise the little ones, keep them away from a large opening or on the parent's lap. Our next scheduled stop, Mickey's Town Depot, which is your gateway to Fantasyland.
Come by first, 5 more minutes to barbecue.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. We're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh and Rare Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the Rivers of America and entering the first part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than months of everyday steam power not only controls these rails, but the dreams of a whole new generation who's dwelt in this great frontier. Of course, some of those reasons and stories of the were pretty darn wild back down the unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where ideas and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
We are now steaming away towards Mickey's Town Depot. Please remain seated. The train is so full and please stop inside the station. And if you don't leave one or two air conductors on the platform, indicate that a station step off the train. Your destination for stops such as Matterhorn Mountain and a small road.
This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of tier, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, charging home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Toontown Depot, Mickey's Toontown.
Once again, folks, should remain seated. The train comes to a full and complete stop.
Excited for your first ride? Excited for your first ride? Wait, what are we gonna get on? Oh, not this one. The other one.
I think we should.
After Pirates, should we try to get on that one? We'll try to make a plan. Get the area that one, so we're going back to it. It's gonna be hot.
Sure, after, how about after Pirates?
Wow. It's like a small round. Oh, upside form this side. Yeah. We're at Pirates. Then we go to Splash. Right there.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
And then we walk over to the
Walk back to down the Thunder.
And then we can make our way to Madam Pooh.
That's a better plan. Yes.
Let's get a little bit wet. I'm missing the biggest roller coaster. What's the biggest roller coaster? I think that's the second level.
Yeah, no kidding.
Probably the second level. There's like one loop. And then, but like, this is certain part you can do something like
Really?
yeah, so it's like this part you can like flip like that.
Oh my god.
It's flying. Yeah.
Your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Parents, make sure to supervise the little one. Station, which is yesterday's tomorrow. Today.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay feet and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
On that side, it's going to be Jesse. On this side, it's going to be Buzz.
We get a
Buzz over
real
here.
nice view of that Fantasyland. You can see it's a small world. Just like Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily
Stop inside the station. Atopia. And if you'll be staying on board with us today, folks, please make sure to slide all the way down to the left or all the way down to the right. Staying on one side of the train, folks, that way we can let as many people as possible onto this train, folks. This will probably be a full train by the time we depart.
We're doing one big circle.
Be seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Make sure to supervise your little one. Make sure to keep them away from the large openings of the doorways behind a bench or on a parent's lap. Our next scheduled stop is the Main Street Station. Along the way, we'll be passing by through the Grand Canyon, as well as traveling back in time to the primeval world. That being said, please refrain from using any flash photography or video lighting. Also, please make sure to turn off any light-up toys, balloons, X's, any of those sort. Next scheduled stop, Main Street Station.
The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world. and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
We are now approaching the Main Street Station. Use the main seat until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. And you've seen us step off the train. Folks, this station does not have any ramps or elevators, so if you do have any strollers or wheelchairs, please keep them folded until you get to the bottom of the staircase. If you'll be leaving here today, folks, on behalf of the front conductor and I, thank you for joining us again to this Disneyland Railroad. See you rest of your day.